Hey everybody, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shadetree Pro, here at the beautiful Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida, where I own and operate my teaching business under the Shadetree. Now, I had a friend of mine, he asked me, came down for a lesson, where he asked me, he said, because when he walked up, or I brought him up, he saw me with balls laying out like this. And he's like, hey, bro, what do you practice? What do you practice? I'm a decent player. And I said, personally, I teach you all these movements and all that. But the beautiful thing with the scap drop and all that, it doesn't matter, man. You got to have the release. You got to release the golf club. And if you don't release the golf club properly, then chances are you're not going to hit a good shot. Now, what got me when I was a younger player, I could hold that club off so easily, and it was just easy for me to do. But now, as I became more of a teacher, I said, a lot of people are not going to be able to hold it off, so as much, like that, or be as strong as I was or am or whatever to be able to do that. I still could do it, but I had to learn a little bit about how would I teach releasing the club. And a lot of it came from the understanding of watching Calvin Pete. And when Calvin Pete would get up, and you all have seen me sitting here with my cup wrist at the top, that's fine. But I'm not talking about as much in my book, but I'm going to talk to you all about it today, is that I like to see this hand make a circle. Y'all see me with videos where I'm going around and making circles with this hand. I like to see this hand make a circle, because when this hand makes a circle, now remember, I can move my hand independently. I like to feel like my hand is making a circle, because when my hand makes a circle, especially, and I start off, if y'all gonna do this drill, start off with just feeling your left hand make this circle. And don't wait till you get to the ball. Start making this circle from the top, because when Calvin Pete would get up here, his hand would bow, and y'all see a lot of people like this. Now when it come down, see that hand's gonna come here a little bit, and then you're just making a circle, and in that essence. So you make that circle, then start with your left hand and let that circle come early. Don't wait till you get to the ball and try to make it. The old saying, y'all have heard me say it many times, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, and late is unacceptable. So don't wait until you get here and then try to make the circle. Just when you get up here, just start, like, I don't care if you cup it here, I don't care if you hold it like here, because if you're right here, then it's just a simpler, it's still the continuation of the circle. So the difference is between one who's bowed at the top and one's here at the top, it doesn't make a difference, because when you come down, you're still gonna make that circle, and it's gonna go one way or the other. One part of the circle is gonna be descending, other part of the descending is gonna be ascending. So you just spine yourself, sitting there, and just make that circle, and just keep trying to make that circle with that left hand. Just keep making that circle with that left hand. Just keep doing that. Excuse me. And when you make that circle, all this stuff that I talk about, scap drop, weight shift, it's like the release is what glues those together. Now, what most people struggle with is they can get this trail side moving. They can get the lead side moving, but what they can't do is get the control of what's going on in the middle. And the middle is where you strike. So when you get this release, when you get that circle release, as I call it, when you get that to where it makes a circle, and you all remember my video, I talked about coning. Well, just think about it. Here's where my hand is. That Deadfinger, yeah, you already know that. Here's where you just make, like I said, you're making a circle. I basically just say, just make a circle around the Deadfinger, and just get that sensation. And just do that. And all y'all who have checked out my Deadfingers book, all my members, y'all got the Deadfingers book, because this video is definitely going to be for you all, is, just make a circle around that Deadfinger. That's all you're doing. And once you train this one, then, this one will start coming into play. We so focused on, dragging the right hand, all certain things or whatever. But, first we got to get this one. Let's get this one. Let's get a circle here. And once we train this circle, because remember, if I even got it cupped here, then all of a sudden, all I'm doing is just making that circle. And as I said before, I'm just making a circle around the dead finger. That's all I'm doing. And so when I make that circle, once again, I'm feeling that. And see, and when I'm here, see, all I'm doing is making a circle. Now, you all seen people who cast. See, they cast because they're throwing the arm out, that right hand out. And see, all I'm doing is I'm making a circle with my left hand or my lead hand. Just making a circle. And that's all I'm really trying to get you to do. Get that sensation of making a circle. See that? Those are beautiful. Make the circle. Make sure you get yourself in a good position, good ball location, set up grip, take away swing, good anatomical ends position. Get in there, get good, and just start making that circle. And that circle is as I call it, that circle allows you to dump that club, because somewhere, when I'm making this circle, somewhere from this position down to here, somewhere in there is the strike. And then all of a sudden we go through. And if you make that circle, and I'm showing you how to make it around the dead finger, when you make that circle, then you start finding yourself getting in the right position to strike the ball. Look at them club T's coming back on it. So make that circle around the dead fingers. And those balls are just straight as can be. And people, that's it. Remember, I like to tee it up like I did there. Get it off, because I don't want the ball on the ground. I want you to tee it up, and I just want you to work on making that circle with the lead hand. When you do that, because we know what the right side's going to do. We know scap drop. You know that. We know scap up in the backswing, scap down. We got that. If y'all been following the Shadetree Pro, you got that. My members, you got that. You know that. What we got to do is we got to get this middle. So what I'm saying is just make it. And if you're looking at a clock, all you're doing from here, if you're standing looking at a clock, all you're doing is making a clockwise coning circle. Remember, this is the small part of the cone, which would be the dead finger, and you're just making a circle, a coning circle around the dead finger. Look, it's going to bow out like Hogan talked about, and then boom, it's going to release. You got to find that. You find your timing in that. And trust me, it's that strike is somewhere in there. And then at a good time, you keep going, we'll start teaching you a little bit more about how the trail arm do. Hey, listen, like I said, I got a lot of good things coming out in my book. I do talk a little bit about this in my book, but this is something that I definitely want to do, because when my book comes out, my book, I'm gonna be explaining the things that I talk about in the book is going to be in my members channel. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's something that, that's got to the members, and anybody else they want to do it, they just got to join that membership. Remember, you all know my membership and everything for my members that's joining. But this is just going to be good stuff. I'm going to show you all these little simple things. But as I said before, we got the trail side. We got the lead side. We got that. But nobody really is breaking it down. The most important thing is the middle. And I'm showing you the simple way of making it, coning it, as I got to call it, cone it around the dead finger, the lead dead finger. And then you'll watch yourself starting to slowly improve as you release it. And I mean, it works good even when you're chipping. Hey, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shadetree Pro. Hey, once again, thanks for being members. Members, I know that I haven't been putting up a lot of videos. Of course, you know that I'm busy working on my stuff, but if you got faith in me and you've been trusting in me and you know your game continuously improve, you know what? Like I said, Thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for hanging in there. It ain't nothing but a whole bunch of great stuff coming. Because once again, if y'all look at it, man, golf is getting so boring and they need some energy. And more of the energy that they need the energy of the Shadetree Pro. Hey, once again, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shadetree Pro. Once again, here at this beautiful, beautiful Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida. And you know how I do it, people. Always good golf.